Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Yes, dear fiends of the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories. It makes babies in my brain and it comes out my mouth. We explore the darkest stories from the deepest corners of Hollywood and the world. If you like this sort of entertainment, be sure to like, follow, and hit that bell because I am not going to stop. Hello, dear fiends of the Den. We are back with the haunted history of Hollywood, and it is finally sweltering in New York. We have 2 seasons, freezing and sweltering. It's sweltering now. I love it. It's like an all day sauna. But we're going to backtrack a little bit to old Hollywood when the weather was way more normal than it is nowadays. And we are going to talk the curse of the Little Rascals. Oddly, I did not know that Little Rascals was also known as Our Gang until just about a year ago. The Little Rascals. I mean, when you even say the title, you just hear the music in your head. Now, it's called Our Gang or The Little Rascals, and their first short was released called One Terrible Day on September 10th, 1922, and their final short called Dancing Romeo was released on April 29th, 1944. Wow, that is a long run. And The Little Rascals or Our Gang was produced by Hal Roach Studios from 1922 to 1938, and then it was produced by MGM Studios from 1938 until 1944. And it was originally titled Our Gang, but the shorts were later syndicated for television as The Little Rascals. So there was an animated series as well, if you remember, that aired on ABC from September 25th, 1982 to December 3rd, 1983. Gen X, do you remember the Little Rascals animated series? It was a total of 22 episodes across 2 seasons, and of course, the 1994 modern film adaptation of The Little Rascals, directed by Penelope Spheris and produced by Amblin Entertainment. It was a really cute movie, but let's talk about the original and this curse. So, is the Little Rascals curse a coincidence or not? Let's check this out. So, some do dismiss this as a coincidence, but there is just so many like eerie, tragic, and violent fates that surrounded this cast of children in the 1920s. So, first of all, Carl Alfalfa Switzer. So he faded from fame and struggled financially and worked odd jobs. And in 1959, he was shot and killed during a dispute over a $50 debt and a missing hunting dog. And the shooter claimed self defense and was never charged. So that's how we lost Alfalfa. Now, Norman Chubby Cheney suffered from a glandular disorder that caused extreme weight gain. He underwent surgery to reduce his weight, but died at just 21 from myocarditis, which was a heart condition. But if he had a disorder that caused weight gain, there was definitely going to be some fat buildup around his heart and his liver and, the organs that you need to work. So, and that's because I used to be a nutritionist and I know these things. Now, Billy Froggy Loughlin, known for his raspy voice, died at 16 years old when he was struck by a truck while delivering newspapers on his scooter, and his friend was driving and Billy was riding on the back. And Darla Hood, the sweetheart of the gang, died unexpectedly at 47 from hepatitis after a routine hospital visit, and the illness was reportedly contracted from a contaminated needle. Now, Robert Blake, who was Mickey, went on into a successful adult acting career, but was later charged with the murder of his wife in 2001, but he was acquitted in a criminal court and found liable in civil court and ordered to pay millions in damages. Now, other members of the cast died prematurely or under strange circumstances, including J.R. Smith, and he was stabbed to death at age 87 by a homeless man he had taken in. Harold Slim Switzer, Alfalfa's brother, died by suicide. And Scotty Beckett died at 38 years old after years of addiction and legal troubles. But not every single one of them went through all of these issues. If you guys remember Stymie, Matthew Stymie Beard Jr., who was the wisecracking, derby-hatted Stymie, right? He was in all the shorts during the 1930s. Well, we don't know what happened in between then and now, at least at this moment on this episode of the podcast, but decades later, he appeared on Sanford and Son as Otis Littlejohn, a buddy of Grady Wilson, in 3 episodes during season 4. So he came back in the 70s and he just died a normal death, nothing tragic. We can't talk about our gang or the Little Rascals without talking about Petey. Petey, the iconic pup with the ring around his eye, he was the canine. He was their companion on the original Our Gang, and his real name was Pete the Pup. And the original dog who played Petey was Pal the Wonder Dog, an American Pit Bull Terrier born in 1924. And Pal had a natural ring around his eye, which was enhanced by Hollywood makeup artist Max Factor to make it more distinctive. And there is a Max Factor episode here in the den. Off the top of my head, Max Factor was a favorite of Lucille Ball, among many others. Now, this is horrible because Pal was tragically poisoned in 1930, allegedly by someone with a grudge against his trainer. So they took Pal the dog's son and took over the role. Now, the second Petey looked identical to his father, but the ring was on the opposite side of his eye. And poor original Petey, rest in peace. That is disgusting. So that's part of just a dark story right there. But Petey became the most recognizable animal stars of early Hollywood, and he earned more than some of the child actors, of course. And he would steal the hearts with every wag. But it is horrible to know that someone went and poisoned a dog because they hated the owner. There's a special place for those people in hell. Hollywood, Hollywood. It's beautiful. It's tragic. It's American history. It's haunted. More coming up. My goodness, let me know what you guys want to hear in the den from the 1920s, because clearly I am stuck in this time warp and I am not leaving it anytime soon. If you have any stories you'd like to share or would like to be a guest in the den, please email me at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com. Must be 21 and over. And if you like dark, creepy stories as much as I do here in the den, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And as always, thank you for joining me here at the Dark Entertainment Network.